Hi, my name is Ann Emmons, and I'm showing this dress that belonged to my great-grandmother, Mattie Chandler. My mother called her Mammy, so the title for this dress, this art piece, is Mammy's Good Dress. It was made, I believe, by one of her daughters, one of my aunts, great aunts, and it was at the end of her life. It's one of only two items I have of her, a very old photograph. And this dress also accompanied by what she called her poke bonnet, which is what she wore in the fields as she worked the farm in Kentucky. So I was inspired, first of all, by this complete dress to enter this show and do this piece. The dress itself has no pockets. So I was looking for how to incorporate the idea of pockets, and I was inspired to make an homage to womanhood of all the unfathomable aspects. My concept was to bring to life the diverse roles of her life, her specific life, which she was a woman, she was a young bride, eventually a young widow to the older widower she married. She was the matriarch of the family. She ran the farm. She was cook, caregiver, provider for her community in many ways, healer, grandmother, guardian, and a very strong person. In this dress, I think she would describe it, although I'm sure she was proud of it, as a plain as mud fence dress. Mammy was the main adult in my mother's childhood. She was the matriarch of the family, as it turned out. She had 5 children in a village named for her husband's family, Chandler's Chapel, in Logan County, southwestern Kentucky, just over the border from Tennessee. I grew up hearing my mother tell stories of Mammy relaying how, as a child, she watched her family in their homestead above a hill, just above the water source, the spring, where Chandler's Chapel and the chapel that they built was originally established. She watched her family take in and protect slaves in the area. I didn't think much of it. It seemed like just the right thing to do when I heard those stories as a kid. But not too long ago, I discovered when I read about the Underground Railroad that Auburn, Kentucky, the county seat, is right on one of the main arteries in that part of the country for the Underground Railroad. I thought that was interesting. It's not just that historical fact, but I grew up with those values without even hearing the word abolitionist or anything preachy about it. It's just that's how people, as Mammy would say, that's how you act. That's what you do. So I met her once when I was 4 years old, but these stories and these memories and these ideas have stayed with me through childhood and adulthood. I felt that I always knew Mammy, and she was always present. As my mom would say, she was my person. She represented grandmother and great-grandmother to me. This project is an expression of memory retained through oral history, lived over generations in simple ways, and how her memory has inspired me as a woman. I still often think, what would Mammy think?